Hello, friends. I so hope this finds you well. Happy July. It's the second half of 2019, and it's hard to sometimes reconcile where we wanted to be at the end of the year or even in the middle of the year and where we're at. And I just hope that you can take where you're at and your goals and your intentions and what you hoped you could accomplish this year. I hope that you can take everything with the idea of divine timing. And that means not everything happens on our timeline, especially when we're working with growth or our businesses or anything that sometimes relies on divine timing or the right moment to show up. For me, this first half of the year has been a lot about growth. The angels kind of in, what was it, May? Is it June or is it May? June. The angel kind of gave me a little bit of a kick saying, hey, you're avoiding a lot of things about how you feel, and everything you're asking for is on the other side of that. So you need to stop avoiding. They didn't say it like that, but that's basically how, in my mind that conversation went on. So I've really been absent of late. I've been absent in many areas. I feel like I've ghosted either people or situations. If you're one of them that has felt ghosted, I apologize with all my heart. I did not have that intention. But when you go exploring about emotions and roots of issues, roots of emotions, and familial things, when you start to uncover that, you're in it, and it's sometimes hard to see your way out of it to function on a day-to-day level. And I want this growth. I want the release of what or how my life was created with the help of my parents, the energy. I want to recreate my life in my own way. And so I've really been taking the time to do that, really trying to take stock of how do I really feel? Is it true? Does this align with how I want to feel? And to really take the time to be discerning about what it is I'm bringing into my life, into the work that I do with other people, and into just the world itself. And, sometimes we get stuck with the idea that we have to heal ourselves in order to be like worthy, or in a sense of we can heal ourselves and then we can help others. No, it's just during the process. We're all in process. I don't think even the elitist gurus like, Louise Hay and Wayne Dyer and all of the bigger self-help industry names, they never stopped. There was never a point in their process where they were like, I am enlightened and I am healed. There is never going to be that point. Enlightenment is just, to me, it's just the next step. It's like every time we own something or we know something or we have an idea or we discover something about ourselves, every time that happens, we are enlightened to that moment, to that thing. Enlightenment, people can create this very big energy around being enlightened. Well, you can have understanding about why you're maybe an empath or why you're sensitive or why you react to certain situations. And just having that knowledge is enlightenment, my friends. Enlightenment is in the moment when you are discovering something about yourself, the situation, or the world itself. And it's like a big aha, a big epiphany, a light bulb goes off. That is enlightenment. Now, we look to people who have true enlightenment, meaning they have no earthly attachments. They are enlightened and they know everything. Well, I struggle to feel that anyone in this world has reached that. And I think, even like people will say, what about Gandhi? He was enlightened. Yes, he was, but he also had his human issues. We are beings of light. We are beings, but at the same time we're in a physical human body, and the issues that come with that body, or not the issues, the idiosyncrasies or the tendencies of human nature come along with it. So he, in himself, if you watch a lot of the documentaries, I mean, he struggled in some places, and while he was enlightened and he saw a bigger picture, and while he saw it in his way, you know, he still had his own human struggles, which we all have. And I think we can just take a little bit of a breath when we realize, oh, even the most enlightened masters, they too had earthly struggles. So, and I'm not saying that to devalue them or to create the sense that, you know, they're no better than us. No, they're human as well. Those who have been on the human plane, in the human body, they too have had their struggles. I mean, and for whatever reason, that created the enlightenment within them. Whatever their struggles were, that created that enlightenment within them. So never denounce your struggles. Never denounce a small epiphany, a small aha, you know, that moment where you connect the dots together and everything kind of lines up and you're like, I get it now. That is enlightenment, my friends, because then you have knowledge you must go forth with. You've taken a step up because you've learned that piece of knowledge. So never devalue any moment, any epiphany, any point where you have a discovery of any sort, no matter how minute. Just know it's just part of your process, and it's so important to that process. Something I discovered in my own journey that I wanted to share with you guys the other day, that I had a pretty big epiphany. And, you know, when we're on any type of journey, whether it's emotional, spiritual, mental, physical, you know, I talked a lot about the idea of quote unquote weight loss. I cringe to use that word, and, you know, losing weight and all of that society label is what I'm going to call it. We all look to it as, you know, if I exercise, if I diet, if I take this pill, if I do this, if I do that, I can do it. And while that may be true, there are parts of us that we have to look at in order to see whether we feel we're deserving of it. See, a lot of my struggle, you know, I have chronic health issues, and, you know, and working through them sometimes feels like I'm going uphill. Well, at the top of the hill is my saboteur throwing rocks at me as I'm trying to transverse this hill. And the problem is that there was a part of me at some point that felt like I didn't deserve good health for whatever reason. Whatever reason that entered into my psyche, whatever reason that became part of my tapestry, I didn't feel I deserved good health, wealth, abundance. And, you know, in working with, my therapist is amazing. She does a lot of hypnotherapy, and we're working with a lot of that and a lot of, just Stargate energy and just different energy. She's great because she's a therapist, but yet she talks my language. So, you know, we've been exploring, you know, bringing closer to you what all the things that in our energy fields that don't serve us, that prevent us from living that truly authentic life. And we're loving and blessing them and allowing them to be transversed up into the universe. And walking into session the other day, I was like, oh, there's this idea of deserving, because it's come up 2 or 3 times in other conversations. And I'm like, oh. And I pictured the deserving as one of those things you bring closer, and I took it and I transmuted it up. And then the epiphany of, you know, because I took the non-deserving energy and I transmuted it, and then I found at my feet the idea of deserving. And I'm like, well, why is that there? And I'm thinking, that's what I want to feel. But I didn't realize, and this so kind of hit me in that instant, was the idea of deserving and non-deserving is very black and white. what is black and white is our ego mind. Our ego mind says either you're deserving or you're not. You're good, you're bad. You're evil, you're saintly. It is very black and white. It has to categorize because it has a hard time with the gray area. And the gray area is where our heart kind of thrives. Yes, you may have done this. However, there is understanding of why you did that. Doesn't change it, and it doesn't mean you won't pay for what you did, but in a sense of there is understanding about maybe there's a way to heal it. So in this thought of, and in this discovery of deserving being at the bottom of my feet, ready to be transmuted into the universe, it's like, it's not about being deserving or non-deserving. It's about the fact that I'm a being on this universe. Therefore, I am deserving, or I am because I am here, because I am a being of light. That's all that there is. That's all that it is. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter whether I did something to, negate that deserving. It doesn't matter. That deserving, non-deserving is a physical, human, egoic belief. And when we get out of the idea of deserving and non-deserving and understanding that, and I don't want to use the word entitlement, but it kind of acts in that way, in a sense of, I have just as much opportunity to be healthy and wealthy as everyone else in this world, regardless of what's happened in my prior, my childhood, my previous lives. I have that access. Everybody has that access. It's how they access it that matters. Am I accessing it through my brain and through my egoic tendencies? Am I accessing it through my heart, using my heart language? So it was really kind of a big epiphany for me, because I'm like, oh, it has nothing to do with me deserving anything. It just has to be that I'm living in this earth as a human, as just a light being, as we all are, and we all have access to that. All of us. It's our ego mind that prevents us from bringing it in. And no, don't get me wrong. I'm not bashing the ego mind. The ego mind keeps us safe. It helps us deal with human life sometimes, and everybody's kind of anti-ego, and yeah, but if we know the ego mind and we know how to use it in a heartful way, it can be to our benefit. It can be to our benefit. I think, a way to see that is a lot of, some of our spiritual leaders are trying to get into politics. And I'm not talking about politics because that is a no-go on my site. It's a no-go in my life because I just can't handle. But they're having to use their egoic mind in order to be able to take what's in their heart and express it in a room full of egoic people. And how do you bring that heart message, heart language into a room and in a way speak to it in their language so that they understand it and they hear it? That's important. And that's important in anybody who's in entrepreneurship, anybody who's trying to build a business. Even in the self-help industry, there is a sense of understanding the human psyche and understanding that human egoic, the identifier of each person. So I am not bashing the ego mind. The ego mind is essential for our survival in some way. And it's also, when we master the ego mind and we understand what it does and what it does best, we can use it to our advantage to help spread our voice and spread our message further and wider, and just help bring that heart language to the earth where so much ego lies. So yeah, that was a huge moment, and I just wanted to share it with you guys this month. What's happening this month? Eclipse. We have a couple of eclipses coming, one on the 2nd. I don't know when the other one is. Mercury goes retrograde set on the 7th. So we're already feeling it. If you have technology issues, any issues, just know that, take a deep breath, lovelies. If you're traveling with this month, just breathe, just breathe. I'm imploring you. Being upset does nothing but create a level of energy on the situation that doesn't really require being there. If we sometimes just, when we're frustrated, to be like, okay, yes, I'm frustrated. Okay, all right. And we just take a breath and we just identify the reasons we're frustrated. And then we say, okay, I'm frustrated because I'm worried that I won't catch my plane on time, or I'm worried that I won't catch my connecting flight, or I'm worried that, I have a deadline here and I'm afraid I won't meet it because my computer's being stupid. Identify what it is you're afraid of and are frustrated about, and then take the steps you can take in order to help alleviate the situation. And sometimes there are no steps, but that's something that if we accept that there's so much out of our control, then we still have the ability to navigate through Mercury retrograde in a more calm manner. The book, let's go back to some of my stuff. The book, no word yet, but I really feel that it's divine timing, because in working out throughout some of this stuff and these ideas and some of my own blocks, they're not blocks, they're just things I won't look at, things I refuse to look at, which I am being courageous and brave and looking at them. It's waiting for me to catch up. I think energetically, I think it's just waiting for me to get caught up to where I want to be, but emotionally I needed to clear a few things, to shift, to manifest a few things, to just kind of get me to that energetic space where I'm in alignment with what that is. The Hather group, I know I kind of prattle on about it, but we have opened it to the public. Our next one is July 17th, I believe. I may send a reminder out, and just to let you guys know that you are all welcome. It's an activation. That's all it is. I think we took maybe 30, 45 minutes at most on this last call, and there was like 60 plus people there. It was freaking amazing. You could just feel the energy shift in the room. So please, please, please come join us. If anything, it'll just set you right for the rest of the month, and it'll help you find a little bit of balance. If you're struggling, come join us, please. There is no sense of, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. No, you don't have to do anything. You just show up and just be a part of the process. Bring your energy into the fold, because your energy is just as important as the rest of our energy. So it's really important that you're there. So please come and join us. What else did I want to say today? Oh, now, so as I was talking yesterday to my therapist, we were talking about the energies, and I've been mentioned to her that all I've been doing is sleeping. I really need sleep. Like, I feel like I'm chronically fatigued. Now, there are physical reasons why I'm chronically fatigued. But for the most part of it is, I'm sorry that if my words, my grammar, or how I'm speaking is really off. I feel off. I feel like I've been processing so much, and I've been having really weird, crazy dreams. But I think it's the energy going into this eclipse season. It is in Cancer. So a lot of emotion. So just, take the time to rest. Resting is not bad. Resting is essential to our well-being. So don't hesitate to rest when you need to. Even if you've got a million things to do, rest is important, because you'll get those other things done faster and in a more efficient and more heartfelt way if you're rested. Let's choose a card. I have a new deck that I've been looking for ages. It's a beautiful deck. It's called The Power of Surrender. My massage therapist has it. And every time I go in for a massage, I will pick a card. She has two decks. She has the Gateway Oracle, which is the other one I have, and she has the Power of Surrender. And I pick a card for each in order to set the intention for our massage. And it's funny, the last two cards, the last two shufflings and picks that I did for myself was surrender to success. So yeah, I'm like, I'm bringing it in. So, okay, universe, angels, what does my lovely group of friends and loved ones and followers, what do they need to hear for the month of July? What do they need to hear? Let's bring you a message. If I don't drop them all. All right, from the top of the deck. Surrender the drama. Which I think is a beautiful deck, is a beautiful message, sorry. Because with Mercury retrograde and eclipse season comes a lot of drama. We feel drama, we feel it. What it says is, no matter how emotionally charged the situation, remain calm and don't contribute to the drama. Stay centered, and staying centered will help resolve the issue more quickly. That is the best advice that I could even give, is just when we're staying calm and centered and we are not getting upset and allowing the energy of the emotion of others carry us and take us along that crazy train ride. When we allow that, we stop the energies from continuing. We are like, I want to say, if you picture yourself as being, when you're calm in the situation, you're like the roadblock for that drama train to keep going, and you halt it, and you bring reason, and you bring heartfelt messages into the situation. You are in control of yourself versus allowing the situation to allow you to be out of control. So what I want to try this month, I really feel, and I felt this last night when I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about with you guys today. Let's do a meditation, just a quick couple-minute meditation. I think it's important. With this eclipse season, I really want you to be able to find the peace and the calm within the storm. And so let's just drop in, close our eyes. Let's drop into our hearts and to just go inward, like allow everything to shut down and just take a breath. And just take one more and just allow it. When you take a deep breath, your body recognizing that the shift is coming, change is coming. One more. Now allow yourself to just quietly breathe at your own pace and just allow your body to just be relaxed. And on the next inhale, right in your heart center, in your heart chakra, I want you to breathe in the peace and the calm. Just right in through your heart. Allow that energy to go in through your heart space and just spread like wildfire through your body. Just allow it to calm your nerves, calm your heart, calm your heavy, your fast breathing. Allow it to just make everything start to go slow. And it's gonna just help soften and loosen your muscles. And as we breathe in that peace through our heart center, we're going to also breathe in the sense of softness. Softness to each of us can mean different things, but I mean a soft gentleness. It's kind of like compassion in a different way. And allow yourself to breathe in that softness into your heart and allow it to come down from the heavens and surround you and just pour like rain over your body and just comfort you, and the softness of love. Allow it to soothe your nerves. Allow it to take your parasympathetic nervous system down and just bring peace and bring calm to your body. Allowing your adrenals to take a break. We're so frequently in fight or flight that we don't realize living in that state can be dangerous for our bodies. And just take a breath and let it out. And sometimes when you breathe out verbally, it takes more energy. So take a deep breath in and just sigh it out, and just allow yourself to express just the release of all the tension, the release of all that just keeps you tense and keyed up, and just breathe here. You're in this shower of gentleness. You're breathing in the peace and calm. And when you feel your heart start to slow and beat softly and rhythmically in a slower pace, then you know you've reached your space of calm. And when you're complete with that, just bring yourself back into the room, into our space. And you can use that as a minute, like a 5-second empowerment or 5-minute empowerment. You can use it as just a way to bring your shit in. Sometimes when you feel like you're going to lose it, then sometimes you need to just find peace and calm. And that visualization will help get you there. And it's my gift to you for the month, because I have a feeling that these eclipse energies are going to take us on a wild ride. and understand this, though, whatever ride we're being taken on, we can either resist or we can allow it to show us what we need to work through, or or show us where we've done the work. So even though it's difficult getting through it sometimes, or even though it's hard to be in that frustration all the time, understand this. It's done for us, not to us. And look at everything with a sense of, what can I learn from it, versus being angry and upset. And use the meditation as often as you want. And if you guys want me to cut it out and send it to you and the link, just tell me. I'll do that for you. Happy to do that for you. I love you guys. May this month be as cool as you can be, but as heartfelt as you can be. And if you need anything, you know where to find me. I love you. Take care. Be well. And know you're always loved and supported. Bye for now.